Ya cuando.
Okay. What's the date?
Today is 11/20/02, which is November 20, 2002.
Go ahead.
I'm interviewing Lawrence Scaduto on why there should be a biography written on him.
Oh, this is good.
What things did you go to get where you're at today?
What do you mean where I'm at? In what sense of the word? Or the term? Like where am I at? My career, musically, and love life?
We'll go with career.
My career? What are the things I go through?
What did you...
I don't know. I don't find my career much to speak of. What?
Okay, what about music-wise? Anything that pertains to where you feel you're at today.
Well, this is your interview, right? You should... Okay. What things about the music? Okay, music, I like talking about my music. What things did I go through? Like, what do you mean, what, heartaches?
Yes, Larry. What? Can we stop this thing? Alright, let's not. Okay. What did you go through to get where you're at in music? As in, what did you have to learn to get where you're at? What schooling?
Okay, well, I started off, music, I sort of learned to appreciate music by listening to my dad explain lots of cool different things that he knew about music and he loved about music. For example, we'd listen to like a Beatles record and he'd say something like, they didn't have metronomes back then, they had Ringo Starr, you know. The way the Beatles recorded something would be like, instead of actually listening to a computer create a click track for them to keep time, they had Ringo Starr playing notes on a hi-hat in a separate room that just went to their headphones. So those little things sort of created a mystique and a mystery in music, and sort of gave me something to imagine how things were made, what the artist was thinking, what were they doing. And I guess it's sort of I also learned his love of music through the emotions that he would show, and so I learned that that kind of art form was an emotional outlet, and that there was always emotional connection to be had by both the artist and the listener. And so from there I just started playing air guitar. I learned all the raps to my favorite tapes. Like the first one I ever bought, my father was with me, which was NWA Straight Outta Compton, and I learned every lyric on that. Especially Young MC. I remember spending hours and hours learning the words to Principal's Office. And so that's sort of where my connection came from, was just trying to be part of the music by learning the lyrics and playing air guitar and imagining myself playing those songs. That was when I was like, anywhere from 8 till 14. Then when I was 15, a guitar fell into my lap. I had to go to summer school to take math and English, but I realized that, I'd actually passed one of those classes. I don't remember which one, math or English. Anyway, so then I had a chance to take another class, and I took guitar. And then from there I learned Nirvana riffs, and I also learned some Stairway to Heaven. And then I had the crappy little guitar where I only had 3 strings on it, and I wrote my first song on there, which is just something something like that. And then I just went up from there, played music, and then moved to my dad's in Tampa when I was 17, and then just kept on playing guitar and getting better and better and better at it. And then I was stuck there for a year, working at Checkers after high school, doing absolutely nothing with my life. When I talked to an old high school friend of mine who said, "Hey, I'm going to the school to learn about recording music," and I was like, "That sounds cool." It's like, "Yeah, they have an open house, go check it out." So I went and checked it out with a friend of mine, came back, and I was like, "This is it. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. What else do I have going on right now? I love technology and I love music, what better way to, here's a quote, to marry my love of music with what better way to apply the science of sound to my love of music?" That's a good quote for you. That was in my resume. Here's a marker. for you. Hit M, by the way, if you want to drop the marker.
Okay.
And then you could also write marker number 1 quote. You know. So I went to school. Found out that I was actually good in school because I actually cared about everything I learned. Never really had to study because it was more like fun to learn when I was learning to read further into it. And then from there, I'm where I am today, recording my own music. I did spend some time interning at studios, sort of selling myself out for no money for almost a year, but I don't know if that's relevant or not.
Have you ever been to any other countries besides the United States?
Yeah, I was in Chile for my first birthday, and I think that was the only one. That was the only one. My mom had to go back for some visa issues.
You never went to the Virgin Islands?
Oh yeah, that's right. I did go out to some islands in the Caribbean, like St. Martin's and St. Bart's, a couple others, but I don't really remember them.
St. Thomas?
I don't know if I was at St. Thomas or not. You were there, so I think you remember.
Okay. Has any children of your own or anyone's around you have had an impact on your life decisions?
Definitely. Your child, my niece, my sister's child, has definitely sort of changed my way of thinking of realizing that children are actually beautiful gifts, and my only fear and hatred of them before was really that it's just not willing to give up so much of myself. So yes, children have sort of taught me, my niece has taught me to be a lot less selfish with my life.
Okay. What is one thing that you regret and one thing that has made you truly happy in life?
One thing I regret.
Truly regret.
Giving up in the music business once I got let go in May of 2000. I was at a studio for 9 months interning. They told me they were going to give me a intern for free. You're doing 36-hour sessions sometimes, cleaning toilets every day. And they let me go a week after they told me that I had made it and that they were going to make me an assistant engineer. That completely broke my heart, more than any girl has ever had in my entire life. And I was too ashamed to even think of going back into the music business again. So I went into the world of computers. So what do I do regret that. What was the second part of the question?
What has made you truly happy?
After recording a song that I thought had come out like complete shit and listening to it and realizing that it was absolutely so pure and so much a reflection of how I felt and who I am.
Have you ever tried to chronicle your own life?
When you say chronicle, what do you mean?
To write your own biography?
Yeah, a sort of daily biography on the internet, sort of what people do nowadays with the live journals and stuff. There was, for about a year and a half there, I wrote daily about what I was doing, how I felt, and what I thought about things. I don't really do it much anymore just because it sort of lost its fun.
What do you think is the definition of life?
Live, eat, work, sleep, and die. It's for so many of us. I'm trying to make it something different, but I'm not sure what the hell it's all supposed to mean. I'm certain as human beings we don't serve some higher purpose other than to pollute the world and to shit where we eat and to just make others miserable. To care more about our bank accounts and our communities.
Do you think a biography should be written on you?
Maybe in a couple of years. If I die a wonderfully tragic death, some self-inflicted death of, horrible abuses of substances or something to get away with my inner pain. I've always loved those stories of rock excess and the tortured artists who just couldn't come to grips, such as Kurt Cobain, Hendrix, and anybody else out there who was just an absolute genius. Today I was thinking that those that do go out to create such amazing works of art are usually are always struggling with their inner torment and their inner pain, that their only way to make themselves happy is to do amazing things because they have a higher level of happiness, a higher level of fulfillment that needs to be attained. What was the question?
Do you think that a biography should be written?
Oh yeah. So if I ever do a change, if my music, and my art, and my thoughts, and my essence ever does go